New at 5, concern in Norwood. Neighbors there were notified about a homeless registered sex offender living in a nearby park.
They reached out to 9 on Your Side for answers. So our Brianna Harper found out how this is possible, and she's asking who's responsible for checking on the man. She joins us live from Millcrest Park near Victory Parkway and Hopkins Avenue with what she's learned. Brianna.
Yeah, as you come through the entrance here at Millcrest Park, you'll spot this sign that you see here over my shoulder stating that the park closes at night, which is why some neighbors who live nearby were left wondering how anyone, especially a registered sex offender, could call this park home.
I was really concerned when I got this and saw the address.
This woman, who asked that we not share her name, lives right near Millcrest Park in Norwood. The same address this man, a registered sex offender, listed as his home.
It's like, you can't live in the park. You know, I know that's not allowed.
She then made some calls to the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office to get answers. The Sheriff's Office responded saying that a person convicted of any sexually oriented crime is required to register personal information about where they live, work, or go to school. But there is one slight loophole about where they can call home.
The law does not particularly state that it has to be a house or an apartment. It can be anything. So if they're considered homeless, according to the ORC, we're supposed to get a detailed description of where they're at.
That means being as specific as stating a homeless sex offender lives under a certain bridge, or in this case, at a certain area of a public park.
Show us where at in the park that you're residing, and it's on the outskirts of the park in a blue tent. We have confirmed that.
But we're told Norwood City Ordinance doesn't allow anyone to live in the park, especially a convicted sex offender, who neighbors worry could be a risk for children's safety.
We live right over there. I can see the kids every day. I can see soccer fields, and we're jam-packed full of kids.
Norwood police tell us officers have been out to check Millcrest Park nearly a dozen times in the last week, but saw no sign of anyone living there. It's now up to the Sheriff's Office to check and recheck the sex offender's address, leaving these green slips behind if they're not around.
Homeless, not homeless, we verify everybody's address. Once they change their address, we usually try to go in within the next 30 days.
So far this year, Hamilton County has issued about 100 felony warrants for failure to register. But in the case of homeless sex offenders, there are no local shelters that'll take them in, creating even more issues.
We're having a hard time keeping tabs on them. They're out there doing who knows what.
And the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office tells us that they do attempt to give help for those who are homeless and who are sex offenders about where they can get resources such as the Salvation Army as well as local food pantries. Reporting live in Norwood, Brianna Harper, 9 on Your Side.
Brianna, thank you. 9 on Your Side.